How are we, my friends? You are very welcome along to Saturday night's late night news roundup, where I'm going to take you through the latest in the developing Andy Robertson to Atletico Madrid story. We're going to be asking if Manchester United really pulled ahead in the race for Hugo EKITIKE. Well, a couple of journalists certainly feel that way. We're going to talk about the Alexander Isak to Liverpool story that just won't go away, and one publication reckon that Liverpool are in pole position. And we've got a couple of other interesting bits and pieces, including a loan move for a Liverpool goalkeeper that we've talked to you about previously. That and lots more to come over the next few minutes, but you know what I'm going to say next, right? We want to know your thoughts, so please do let us know in the comment section. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video. Want to say thank you to help us get the Clips channel to 50,000 subscribers. We just reached that one today. Hopefully next stop is the 100,000 and that silver play button. If you haven't subscribed, you know what to do. Get across to the Clips channel and hit that button. Right, let's get going with the news. So, going to start off with that story from Mike Vervees, a respected journalist over in the Netherlands, who said that Ajax have agreed a loan deal for Liverpool goalkeeper Jaros. Now, I mentioned this to you guys quite a bit over the past week. As soon as Johnny Heidinga was linked to that Ajax job, it did start to pull up some stories about Jaros going there on loan with an option to buy. Seems to be the perceived wisdom, but we'll give you the confirmation as and when we get it. But like we mentioned, it does look like he will be heading over to Amsterdam. Now, the Milos Kerkez deal moved a step closer today without Liverpool seemingly having to do anything, because Adrian Truffert has signed a new 5-year deal with Bournemouth, having been brought in for a fixed fee of €13.5 million with €3.5 million in add-ons from Ron with a 10% sell-on clause. The medical's completed, the presentation next week. Here we go, confirmed from Fabrizio Romano, and he finishes with Milos Kerkez will become a Liverpool player soon. That was the sticking point for Bournemouth really come to the negotiating table. They had to make sure they got that deal for Truffert over the line. Him and Julio Soler will be their left-back options for next season. And Milos Kerkez, well, he'll be coming to Liverpool Football Club. That is expected to be confirmed via a medical and everything else over the next week. So we'll keep you as informed as we can. Let's talk about the Alexander Isak situation for a minute. So as I sit here, I've yet to see a tier 1 source link us with Isak, but there are many on the periphery who are starting to talk more and more about Liverpool gaining confidence in the race for Isak. They believe that Arsenal, TBR Football report that Arsenal probably backed away because Isak's given the indication that if he was to leave Newcastle, it would be for Liverpool Football Club. Quite frankly, who could blame him? I mean, I'd be running over anything to get to Liverpool at this point. All right, who we kidding? I wouldn't be running, fair enough. But I drive very quickly to get there. And look, do I think the Newcastle will sell him? Probably not. But the stories aren't going away. Graham Bailey said that Liverpool are gaining in confidence, that we are in pole position to sign Isak. And one thing he says that does make sense is we're not really committing to any other forward at the minute. So we're seeing ENQUIRIES, looks like he could be going towards Arsenal. No movement there. Victor Osimhen is available. No movement there from Liverpool. Hugo EKITIKE, we'll move on to speak about him in a minute. Certainly Liverpool have registered an interest, but Chelsea, Manchester United and others pushing ahead, and Liverpool still not reacting. So whilst I don't know who the centre forward is going to be, I can see the idea behind the Isak situation. Certainly, I think us Liverpool fans would love to have him in. Graham Bailey mentioned about £120 million, but also said that Liverpool have the money to do it. So it may come down to what Isak wants. Does he push for a move away from Newcastle? And if he does, well, let's wait and see how it plays out. But I want to know what you guys think happens here. And like I've said many times, the idea of John Duran on a season-long loan, it does appeal to me if Liverpool can't get the number 1 target. Now, as I keep saying, I don't know who the number 1 target is, but let's just say, for example, it was Isak and we can't get him. If Liverpool don't want to splurge a load of money on somebody they're not 100% convinced by, I think the idea of bringing in John Duran on loan for a season would be, well, it would be quite a good idea. We know he hasn't settled over in Saudi. Lots of reports over there suggesting he's going to get a loan move away for the season. It's a World Cup season coming up as well. He's going to want to be in good form for Colombia, so you know, there could be something to this one, so let's keep an eye on it. But it's very difficult to get a read at the minute on what is going on with the Liverpool striker search, because there's not much really concrete links. There's lots of hypotheticals and guesswork, but not really seen a tier A source put the cards on the table yet. So your guess at this point is as good as mine. On that though, other situations to keep an eye on will be, of course, Jadon Danns and what loan move he takes up. So yeah, EKITIKE, let's move on, talk about him, because a couple of journalists tonight have said that United have, well, started the conversations. This piece here from Santi_J_FM, and credit anything Liverpool for the Twitter post. Discussions between EKITIKE's agent and Manchester United are more concrete in the last 2 days and considered positive. Now, somebody mentioned to me that EKITIKE grew up a United fan. I've no idea if that's true or not. If you know, feel free to let me know in the comments. Goes on to say United have already talked with Eintracht Frankfurt and know all the conditions for a potential transfer. Liverpool and Chelsea are still there, but none of them really pushing ahead. This is what baffles me about it. Liverpool have allowed Chelsea to speak with the player, United to speak with the player. So if we were really, really interested and he was the number one target, surely would have at least shown our hand at this point. The Mirror said Manchester United have turned their sights to Hugo Ekitike following links with Liverpool. According to the outlet, Victor Gyökeres has said a no to a move to Old Trafford, and therefore the Red Devils are pushing to sign the €100 million rated French international. So it looks like Gyökeres wants to go to Arsenal. That's been a story doing the rounds tonight. Best of luck if he does that. But United, where are they getting this money from? Cunha for 62.5 million. Ekitike would be about 85 million. They want to sign Mbeumo, who Spurs are willing to go to 70 million for. You know, if I'm a United employee who's been sacked and I'm looking at this, I'm thinking, what on earth is going on? Because they seemingly find a never-ending amounts of money. But, truth be told, like I've said, I don't know. I don't know what the situation is there, and I don't know what Liverpool want to do at centre forward. I haven't got a clue. Andy Robertson, like we've mentioned, that deal looks like it is coming towards, not a conclusion, but a point where we're going to get an offer from Atletico Madrid. Some reports today have said that Robbo has already said yes to Atleti, and of course he is represented by Trent's brother. You probably knew that, but just in case you didn't, I'll let that one sit with you for a second. And look, I understand this situation. If Robbo doesn't think he's going to get enough game time at Liverpool and this opportunity presents itself, if it's one that works for him and Liverpool Football Club, I'm absolutely open to it. Will that mean that Kostas Tsimikas is going to stay? Well, I would hope so, because you don't want too much change in the left-back position. Other people in our chat tonight have said that they'd love to see Liverpool go out there to bring in Jurel Haddo as an example. So have Haddo and Kirkes and still sell Costas as well as Robbo. We ran a poll tonight asking, with 1 year to go on his deal, what do you think is a reasonable fee for Andy Robertson? We gave 3 options, but only 2 of them really matter because that's where the votes were. So with the most votes, above £12 million was the one that had 44% of the vote. 41% of the vote was £8 to £12 million. Now for me, with 1 year to go on his deal, and because of his age, I think anything over £8 million would be decent business personally, but let us know what you think. There's also been a report to say that Liverpool are going to ask for a modest fee, so that kind of informed my decision on that one as well. So look, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for now. Now it's over to you guys. Let us know your thoughts on all of these deals and more. Some links to Romero in the media today as well. You can, let me know your thoughts on that one, but I don't know what to say about tomorrow. I could say to you I don't plan on streaming, but I didn't expect to wake up today to the Andy Robertson story, so let's see what tomorrow brings us. But again, thank you for your support. If you want to join the WhatsApp channel, a reminder, you can scan that QR code and come and join us. But if I don't see you tomorrow, I'll see you Monday. But either way, appreciate your support. Have a good night. Much love.